Yeah. No, my kid's fascinated by it, but I think he's been sort of oversaturated because there's just bases all over my part. It's a man cave. There's just bases all over, you know? And he loves music. He's got great rhythm. He shows talent. I don't know. I mean, I'm not pushing it on him. In fact, I kind of wish he would go in some other field.
Yeah.
Because the way the music biz is now, I mean, I just can't. I mean, I know there's a new business model coming, and it's got to be better. I mean, something. It's just so unknown, right?
Well, that's a topic. But I'm just to go back for a second. Do you show him? Do you play bass with him? Is he interested in?
Well, let me put it this way. Like when I played the Tracy Bonham record for him, when I first got the copy of the new Tracy record, Wax and Gold, we were driving to Reese Beach, and I had it in the car.
Yeah.
And after a few songs, like, what do you think? He goes, oh, it's great. He goes, I don't hear anything from you. I said, well, what do you want? Bass solos while she's singing? And he said, no, it's just I'm not hearing very much. I said, that's exactly what I want. I mean, that's a high compliment. I said, because to play those spaces between those notes, it's what you strive for.
Right.
It can take a lifetime. I'm still working on it. But that's what it's about. I mean, if you can be comfortable with like that long shot on a pool table with all that green and two balls, relaxing with that and breathing with that, that's the goal. I mean, just to simplify. And you have to be able to play all kinds of shit to get to that point, to edit it out, to know what's down. But yeah, I mean, he got it. We had a good long talk about that, about less is more. But yeah, he's impressed by me. I mean, I've taken him to 1 million gigs now. He's been on the road and announcing bands I've been playing with for like 5,000 to 10,000 people.
Wow.
Yeah. He does it now where he asks and he doesn't even tell me. Next thing I know, I turn around and I hear, ladies and gentlemen. I'm like, fucking con man. So now, like, I took him to a show at Infinity Hall up in Connecticut, that little concert hall, and he just hung out in the dressing room watching Brothers-in-Law. And I got it. It's like, all right, you've probably been to 30 gigs with me, from all sizes.
Yeah.
But it's been cool. He's got to hang out with guys from Little Feat on bills and the Allman Brothers on bills and meet these guys and it's an experience he'll never forget.
Well, and he'll appreciate probably later in life.
Absolutely, man. I mean, a kid sitting by the side of the stage at like the Allman Brothers Peach Fest, and it's a full-size stage with lights and crew. I mean, it's showbiz. I mean, that's got to have an effect on 11-year-olds and make a big impression on an 11-year-old.
Right.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
I wish I'd had that.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe I'm subconsciously trying to bore him by it all so he doesn't enter the field. Because I kind of, like I said, I kind of prefer he didn't.
Yeah. Well, let's, I mean, you're the first person that's brought this up. What the fuck happened? There's no record industry anymore. Artists don't get paid.
Well, one thing regarding the bass specifically is fucking nobody's afraid to pick up a bass.
Yeah.
Every Tom, Dick, and Harry and Lisa are sitting in a studio, oh, I'll do the bass. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't.
But because of technology, you no longer have to master your instrument.
True. And plus the bass seems simpler. And the music that's being produced by and large from right here doesn't, they can do it fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even argue with them.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you're right. It's a really simple song. You can do it. It sounds okay. But that fucks the bass players over. I mean, they don't know that there's like much more nuance and thought and background going into the note. That might have something to do with the generic sound of much of the music out there today. Lack of music in the rhythm section.
Yeah.
Lack of personality, rather.
Well, comment on this. I think, to me, the bass is really declined. I look at the height of the electric bass, maybe the late 60s, the 70s.
Yeah.
Where you had guys, whether it was Carl Radle, whether it was Jocko, whether it was Paul Jackson, whether it was Fernando Sanders, and, guys that really dug in, and you would actually buy a record for the sideman. That doesn't occur anymore, I guess.
No, but you can't identify anyone anymore. I mean, Fernando Sanders, everyone you named,
Yeah.
you know who it was. John Paul Jones, Larry Graham. I mean, think about it. Those are the halcyon days of bass. I mean, what happened at that time? Was it the drugs? I mean, there were some fucking amazing bass players and drummers, you know, but bass players, really, that was a great crop period.
Yeah.
And now, I don't know, man. I don't hear much I can identify. Even from like the top echelon guys
Yeah.
in jazz, I don't hear much difference, you know? I mean, you can tell Ron Carter, but
He's,
I don't know. Can you identify John Patitucci? I'm not sure. I probably can't.
yeah.
I mean, that doesn't mean it's not possible. I don't listen to him all that much. But Ron Carter, Paul Chambers, can identify that.
Yeah.
Eddie Gomez, you know, one note. Electric players, the same thing. I mean, there was a personality, because that's what they strove for. I mean, they knew they had to have an individuality. Otherwise, it's fucking pointless. There was an artistic approach to it.
Yeah.
That's gone, man. I mean, right now, and it has been this way forever, there's lines of hundreds of bass players who say yes to a $10 gig. And it's devalued everything.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you go into a studio and someone's paying you to record, you better bring something, you know? And not just a bag of jokes and, you know, some Virgil's root beer. I mean, you've got to bring like a voice. And however subtle that is, it's crucial. It just, you know, the intangibles. I don't know. I mean, I try to find new music. I ask around. I seek it out. And I just don't hear it.